I'm Allison Havens, and welcome to an episode of My Ferns Hate My Guts. Hi, I'm Allison, and welcome to Havens Handiworks. So, if you hadn't caught the drift from the first part, my ferns hate me. Probably because I don't water them enough. So, I've had these ferns sitting in my bedroom for 2 weeks. As you can see, I don't water them enough. They're pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is I am going to repot them into new pots. And I am going to use a more water absorbent soil. And I'm hoping by putting them in a larger pot, they will love me a little more. They're so sad and pathetic. They're definitely going to get a cutback, which, if you'll excuse me, I have to go get nips. Don't want to push your tail, Mr. E. It's already crooked enough. Got my nips. Alright, so we're going to just trim out all of this dead growth. There is a lot of it. Don't judge me. The ferns already do it enough. Their judgment is very loud. I don't know if you can hear the crinkle and crunch. Sounds a bit like a bowl of Rice Krispie treats. There are some new shoots, so I know it will survive if I start taking better care of it and I stop neglecting it and forgetting about it. I tried the hydro spikes and they kept stopping. They wouldn't stay working. They'd work for a few days, even with the soil moistened and the spikes soaked. And then after a few days, they just would quit. And the soil would dry out and I'd be back here. And I wouldn't realize it because I wasn't checking it every couple of days. Because I thought, hey, the spikes might, do their job. But they don't. These ones didn't. Same thing happened with my son's philodendron. That's why I originally got them, was because my youngest was learning how to take care of plants, and he was not happy with having to water them as much as he needed to. So that is what you're hearing there is some wet sphagnum. I'm just wringing it out and adding it to some potting soil. Kind of increase the moisture retention of the potting soil a little bit. And I have a whole bunch of this perlite. I prefer like a chunkier perlite, but this was on sale last year for 50 cents a bag. There was no way I was passing that up. So let's put that there. Few scoops of that. It's gonna add a little bit more. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I know what consistency I like in the soil. So, and I've done this enough times that it's not that difficult to kind of eyeball it and know where I'm going with that. Now, if you like Miracle Grow, use that. If you like Pro Mix, use that. If you like making your own mix up from coconut coir, more power to you. If I can take a shortcut, I'm taking a shortcut. Alright. We got kind of a good, chunky, kind of loamy mix going on here. And that should retain moisture really well. Now, this is the wrong pots to be using for a fern. I am well aware of that. I am going to have to at least water these at least once a week, and that is fine. I just don't want to have to water my plants every other day. Okay. I used to be a chronic overwaterer, which is why I have so many terracotta pots, which has saved a lot of my plants. But ferns are thirsty bitches. Alright, so I'm gonna try to break. Yeah, that came apart real nice. Okay. Mix that in with what's already in there. And surround that with dirt. Oh man, I just dropped a whole lot of dirt into my lap. That sucked. Oh, this is gonna be so fun to clean up. I love cleaning dirt up on Mondays. Is it Monday? It is so hard to tell anymore. Feels like we're 6 months into summer vacation. So I keep these, believe it or not, in a west-facing window, but it's in a west-facing window that only gets maybe 1 to 2 hours of direct sun. No, not even that. I'd say like 30 minutes of direct sun a day. It's kind of on like a U-shape part of my house, so it doesn't really get any direct sun except from like in the summer it gets some. It's very bright in that corner, but not a lot of direct sun, and it doesn't get very hot over there like some west windows. My kitchen window, for example, is also west facing and gets so hot. I ended up frosting the glass to try to diffuse some of the glaring light that came in it. But this one in my bedroom, it's almost as good as like a east facing window. Lots of bright, indirect light. All right, back into the bucket. All right, so fern number 2 that hates me. Oh, and this one, I can't remember what kind of fern this is. This fern, oh, would you look at that? It says assorted, a useless tag. This one is a kangaroo paw fern. It also hates me, but it hates me a little less. I can take care of ferns. I have a stag fern that looks lovely. But I think I let these go too long in their little tiny nursery pots and not enough water. So, pluck out some of this dead greenery. Oh, look at those little feet. Kangaroo ferns, like blue star ferns or rabbitfoot ferns, they're a little more forgiving of drought conditions, unlike this nameless maidenhair type. But I have to say, overall, they're still more forgiving than my fiddle leaf fig was of drought conditions. It died. It just straight up quit on me one day. And my croton, I went a whole day without watering it once. That sounds terrible. I forgot to water it one day. One day, and it dropped, I'd say 2/3 of its leaves. It's still alive. It grew them all back. But man, I swore that one was gonna die. Definitely prepared me for the hate these were gonna give me. Now, I do kind of compress the soil just a little bit. Not super tight, but enough that there's no big old air pockets left behind in the soil. Because an air pocket means that's one more space that isn't going to get moisture to those roots. So I guess, what are some of your favorite ferns? Oops. Broke a leaf. If they didn't hate me so much, I might be a little heartbroken by then. But I will admit, I don't love these as much as I love some of my other plants. All right, I think that, oh no, I can do one more. Oh, seems to be a reoccurring theme. Come in here, plant a plant two, or pot up two, and I can repot two more. This one also hates me. Isn't exactly a fern. It's called a fern. But it's not exactly a fern. This is an asparagus fern, and it's got a very ferny kind of appearance, but they're more tuberous. As you can see, it's kind of like got these fat little tubers in here, which retain moisture and water so they can go through big old periods of drought without dying. So, and I thought they would look great in a shallow pot. Oh, okay. Looks like I need more soil. You're gonna hate me too? You already seem to hate me. I forgot to water you too long. Not enough sun. These asparagus ferns, they actually like a lot more sun than your normal fern. They can handle some shade, but they really do prefer brighter light than most ferns can handle. I'm gonna go get some more dirt, and then it is off to the shower for these leafy jerks. You put up so well with me. Grace, I do not have it. Oh, my hair is caught in my eyelashes. No fun. Ugh, soil is warm from the outside. Gross. Alright. Swish, swish, swish. This stuff has a little more drainage than the stuff I had just the actual ferns in. There's a little bit more perlite in this than last time because these can handle drying out more and appreciate a little more air to the roots, or dryness in the root area. Gotta be careful with this pot. It's got this like foam glaze on it. It's really beautiful, but it's also very sharp. It's a bit like touching shattered glass. Oh no. Ew. And I don't even have anything to dry off with. Ew. We're gonna pretend you didn't see any of that. I guess it's the price of YouTube videos. Thanks for visiting, and I hope you come back for more. Bye!